Welcome back to this special show where the focus is on the southern states, and obviously it has to start with Andhra Pradesh, and not just the South, Vasudha. National politics will have to start with Vijayawada from now on. Enormous influence for Vijayawada and Chandrababu Naidu in the national power equations there. He's headed to the airport in Vijayawada and on his way to New Delhi. Vasudha, you've been tracking him in New Delhi. Our reporters are there with him on the way to the airport at Vijayawada. What's the sense you're picking up? He has already spoken to all his people in Andhra Pradesh, and he's heading now to New Delhi to make his demands clear.
Absolutely, Veera. In the last 2 days, I've had a lot of Kongura pickles because that seems to be, TDP is, of course, a very potent force right now. 16 MPs, and they've been part of the government earlier. In 90s, they had Bala Yogi as the chief, as the speaker, and in 2014, they had one cabinet post. They had the aviation ministry, and of course, one MOS, which was science and technology. And this is TDP that has also been part of the opposition Congress alliance. So this is Chandrababu Naidu, who has seen it all from political irrelevance to being kingmaker in the past to fighting it out. So this is also a different Chandrababu Naidu. Of course, he was part of the NDA meeting yesterday, and he also went to Piyush Goyal's house for a exclusive conversation. I'm told that, of course, yes, he has started talking about what his party wants, but clearly he also wants to ensure that his party grows and his state aspirations are taken care of, something that is very critical to Andhra Pradesh, be it all the aspects of AP Reorganization Act, or for that matter, crucial irrigation projects. But we'll have to wait and see now. He has started from Vijayawada, is what I've been told, and he would be arriving in Delhi around 11 p.m., 10 p.m. is what we've been told. And tomorrow, the TDP MPs will also meet before proceeding to the parliament for the big NDA meet.
That's right, Vasudha. Often, most of these equations, and knowing Chandrababu Naidu, the patient, calibrated negotiator, he will take his time and he will play the wearing out game perhaps as part of the negotiation. Remember, the BJP made him wait when he wanted an alliance with it, and he was knocking at the doors in Delhi. Ravikant Reddy of The Hindu, who's in Hyderabad now, joins us. Ravikant Reddy, you've tracked Chandrababu Naidu very closely. What's possibly the key difference between the Naidu of 1999 and the Naidu of 2024?
Raghav, I think 1996, he was a smart politician, with a young politician relatively. But in 24, I think he's a more matured politician who is the end of his perhaps political career. This would be his last election. That's what they claim. So in a sense, it'll be. I think in 1996 he also had some national aspirations, but 2024 I think his focus would be on Andhra Pradesh. Two major things. One, I think he would be seeking center's help for the capital city, the Amaravati, which was his dream, but which of course Mr. Jagan Reddy never took it up, and he wanted to change it when he came up with a new idea of 3 capitals, and that never happened. So his focus would be on seeking center's help, financial help in building Amaravati, his dream capital. Because in the last 10 years, AP suffered without any capital, I think, which was, of course, technically they had Hyderabad as a joint capital, but of course, the entire political leadership was in Amaravati and in Vijayawada.
Right.
Okay.
And second thing, I think he would focus on completing the Polavaram project, the lifeline of Andhra Pradesh. Somehow, he started it. He also completed it around 70% in his first term, from 14 to 19. But after Mr. Jagan Reddy came...
Right, Ravi, sorry to interrupt you, but when I asked you about, when I mentioned 1999, I noticed you started with 1996 when he was convener of the United Front.
Front, yeah.
Yes, but in 1999 was this experiment with the NDA government. I'm specifically asking about how he negotiates, not with other regional forces, but with the BJP. In terms of that negotiation, what would you believe would be the critical difference in the DNA of this coalition?
Well, 1999, the BJP was different, Raghav. It was Mr. Vajpayee's BJP, and 24, it is Mr. Modi's BJP. But given his experience as a senior politician in not just in Andhra Pradesh, but in the entire country, you should remember that he was chief minister much before a lot of the NDA partners, now became chief ministers or prime minister or ministers. So in that way, he's a senior most politician. And in 1996, he had,
Mr. Reddy, I'm sorry, we just have to interrupt you. Former MP of TDP, K. Ravindra Reddy, is joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NDTV. I met you yesterday at 50 Ashoka Road. There was so much happening. There was so much excitement. Tell us, what is the TDP thinking? Of course, Chandrababu Naidu is on his way back to New Delhi from Vijayawada. And like Mr. Reddy was pointing out, this is a different TDP. The times are different now, but clearly the party is also more powerful than it was in 2014, at least in the realm of national politics. What is the TDP thinking right now?
In national politics, it is not new to the Telugu party. Even from since its inception, though it is a regional party having a national outlook, our party founder, Nandamuri Tarak Ramarao has played a key role even during his tenure as a chief minister, and also played key role in the center also. Likewise, our present leader and former chief minister and designated chief minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu also had played crucial role in the center at 4 times. 2 times with NDA, 2 times with National Front, and 2 prime ministers, and President of India also he has taken active role in deciding them also. Though it is a regional party, we have categorically participated in the national politics, played active role.
Right.
Now also, with the center, we are willing to participate and join, because I wanted to remind you at this juncture, it is a pre-poll alliance as with NDA.
Right.
Right.
So as per the pre-poll alliance, we are part of NDA. But in respect of the playing key role as a partner of NDA, we will play key role in the administration and also the government.
All right. So you are making a very, very important point, where what you're implying is administration and government, you will be largely part of the cabinet and also driving the agenda. I want to ask you 2 very quick questions, and I posed this to the analyst on the show, Ravikant Reddy, a bit ago. Between 1999 to 2024, what's possibly changed in terms of Chandrababu Naidu's priorities, A, and B, what about the common minimum program? What would be the TDP's key pushing points on a common minimum program?
At this time, I have to bring it to your notice and also to the public through you. First, our priorities have changed at that time and now present. The present scenario, for the last 5 years, Andhra Pradesh has been destroyed and demolished by the unruly ruler and dictator of Jagannath Reddy. That's why this state has gone back for 25 years. So it has to reconstruct at the beginning, number 1. State has to be reconstructed. There are so many aspirations and ambitions of the people of Andhra Pradesh and Chandrababu Naidu. Since he is the only visionary leader in the country, particularly in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Therefore, the people of Andhra Pradesh and their aspirations are, first, they have to get rid of Jagannath Reddy, number 1. Number 2, reconstruct the Andhra Pradesh. Number 3, to provide all amenities, including all and maintenance of infrastructure in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Because the pathetic condition is there in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Sir, I agree.
So therefore,
I agree. And
in view of the present condition, I need not, there is no much time. I don't want to explain more than that. But in view of the present situation, the priority of the Chandrababu Naidu state and also its development, coupled with welfare.
All right. Mike, you mentioned that point and that's categorical. But I want to ask you in terms of the ideological position, is there a pushing point for the TDP as far as a CMP is concerned?
TDP and?
Is there a pushing point? Is there a key issue that the TDP would like to address?
Yes. Because There are, I once again reiterate that it is a pre-poll alliance.
Right.
There are no conditions at all. Number two, in the interest of the state, we have to take the assistance of the center
Right.
for reconstruction and its development.
Okay.
With regard to the, development and also welfare.
Right.
We will take the central schemes to the state by our leader. Earlier also, in 2014 to 2018, we were with the NDA.
Right.
During that time, we have taken funds, educational institutions, industries, and so many things.
Right.
So, like that, we will take the assistance of the center by all means from the.
Okay. Mr. Ravindra Kumar, one important question, considering that you are a pivotal partner for the NDA, considering you have 16 MPs, which is more than any other partner, would you also be looking at a post like an NDA convener for Chandrababu Naidu?
That is, it is premature to decide. Yesterday,
Tell us
initial
which
meeting has
cabinet
been
berths
taken
will you
place.
be looking for? Not what you're going to demand, but what would be most important from the TDP's point of view. I'll put the question that way.
Yes, sir.
Which are the cabinet berths in centre which are most important for the TDP and Andhra Pradesh?
Just now I have stated the state important is must priority number one.
Okay.
For reconstruction and number two, it does not mean that we will take the assistance of the center by all means in order to achieve, first, in order to implement our manifesto in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Right.
Likewise, your question is with regard to the center. Coming to the center is concerned, NDA and is concerned, it is allies of all the partners of the NDA have to discuss and decide. That is, yesterday it is an initial meeting and informal meeting.
Right.
Tomorrow meeting is there. We will see what will happen tomorrow.
And sir, the opposition has also been saying that, they could be reaching out to, to TDP. Jairam Ramesh has already posted something asking on special category. But would you be keen, would you be even considering that, sir, the offer, the feelers from the opposition camp if they happen?
There is no such dialogue.
Okay.
There are no such proposals. We don't want to entertain any proposal. I have already stated that it is a pre-poll alliance.
Right.
We will stick to that. Once we committed to a particular political agenda, certainly we will abide by that. There is no question of deviation.
Mr.
Right.
Naidu has friends on all sides. Thanks very much, Mr. Ravindra Kumar, for your time, for speaking to us. We'll try and come back to you tomorrow as well to find out more details of the meeting and what happens. Obviously, Vasudha will get that information as well from her sources.
I'll meet you there tomorrow, sir, even when Chandrababu Naidu is there spending an entire day. Thank you so much. To you, Professor Sandeep Shastri, who also joins us now. Professor Shastri, there is a lot being talked about TDP, except Ram Mohan Naidu. Every other MP is sort of new to Delhi this time because Jaidev Kalla and, of course, other MPs also this time chose not to fight elections. So this is a different TDP and it has a lot of new MPs this time. How do you see TDP navigating the power contours of New Delhi this time?
Let me just remind you of what happened in 1999. The TDP did not join the Council of Ministers but wrested the position of the Speaker. The Speaker was from the TDP, but they did not have a minister in the government initially. And if you look at the statement of the Member of Parliament just now, very clearly their focus is on Andhra because they have wrested power from Jagan Reddy and now would be keen to use the 5 years to be able to ensure their presence in the politics of the state. And therefore, a lot of their concessions will be focused on Andhra Pradesh. And let's also remember, even in the past, when Chandrababu Naidu had a major role to play at the center from 96 onwards, except one or two people, there were no major faces that they had at the national level. For a brief while, you had Mr. Upendra, otherwise there was no big face that the party had.
Right.
So you see a similar situation here. And a quarter century of experience in bargaining with powerful parties in the center,
right,
I think puts Chandrababu Naidu at a huge advantage. And there is no question of doubt that he would be attempting to wrest concessions for his party in the state and for his party as part of the national canvas.
That's an
I
important
think
point that
that would
you
be
make
a
there.
twofold attempt that would be made, and I'm sure behind the scenes, though a formal letter of support has been given, behind the scenes there would be a lot of bargaining going on.
I'm sure there is a lot of bargaining going on. Ravikant Reddy, very briefly, because we need to go to the other southern states as well. Andhra, which has not had attention so far as much as the other southern states, is getting all the attention now. And perhaps over the next 5 years, from what you heard from the minister, from the former MP.
They would try to make the maximum of the political sunshine that
One
they now
minute,
enjoy.
Sandeep Shastri. I'm just going across to Ravikant Reddy. Ravi, from what you heard of the former Rajya Sabha MP of the TDP, the sense is that this time their priority, as you were mentioning, is more about Andhra Pradesh, building the TDP itself and cementing itself in Andhra Pradesh so that a succession plan can move out smoothly. Not so much about national politics. Would that be a right way to look at it?
That's true, Raghav. See, one thing is, as I told you, his priorities for Andhra Pradesh would be two. One is building the capital and completing the Polavaram project. So that would ensure that, the succession part, bringing his son into the mainstream politics and in the limelight, and then Mr. Naidu moving away slowly. So I think in the next 5 years, its focus would be purely on Andhra Pradesh, getting funds, completing these two projects, which are huge tasks for him. And once it does that, perhaps, politics is very dynamic.
Right.
So maybe after 1 or 2 years, something might change. He would like to go to center. So these things might prop up at some point of time.
So we'll have to wait and watch for that. Yes.
At the moment, it's Vijayawada and Amravati, as he says, not so much Nai Delhi, which is possibly the key difference, Vasudha, between 1999 and 2024. A very quick brief, I think, first starting with Tamil Nadu. It was a state where the Prime Minister really invested himself in terms of campaign, but it didn't work out in Tamil Nadu. The push was not enough, though they had a bump in vote shares. 20 seats, Vasudha. The NDA lost its deposit in 10 seats. 12 seats. It's come second.
Yes, of course. And I think while TDP and JDS have emerged as important partners of the BJP this national elections, DMK in Tamil Nadu, with a clean sweep on all 39 states and increasing its vote share from 3% to over 10%, will continue, in our opinion, to present an ideological and political counter to the BJP.
The question really is about Annamalai. Well, he's bumped the BJP's vote share to 11%. Brought the BJP to number 2 position in seats like Chennai Central, Chennai South, Coimbatore, Nilgiris, Madurai and Tirunelveli. Tirunelveli, of course, is Nayanar Nagendran's seat. Vasudha, do you believe the BJP again changing strategy there and looking at possibly bringing back or at least reaching out to an alliance with the AIADMK?
Of course, we just heard, in the morning I was looking at this Velumani talking from AIADMK, and he did say that there was no problem with Tamilisai, or for that matter, all the BJP presidents of Tamil Nadu, and there was an exclusive personal problem with Annamalai, and I'm sure there will be some course correction and change in strategy with respect to Tamil Nadu from the side of the BJP.
That's right. As we just wrap out, Kerala, the big winner, of course, Suresh Gopi taking the BJP into Kerala. Of course, the other big winner is the UDF. The real big winner is the UDF, sweeping 18 of the 20 states in the state. In Karnataka, it will be interesting to watch how the power equations in the internal dynamics of the Congress plays out post these results, because in the old Mysuru region, the Congress has won only 2 seats. DK Shivkumar's brother, DK Suresh, lost. Mallikarjun Kharge's region of influence, Vasudha, that's where the Congress swept by winning 5 seats, 1 in central Karnataka and 1 in Mumbai, Karnataka. It will be interesting to watch, but some would argue that Siddaramaiah seems to be a little more stronger. DK Shivkumar will have to be a little more subdued.
But the most important candidate there, CN Manjunath, the son-in-law of Deve Gowda, becoming the giant killer in Karnataka, defeating DK Suresh, the only seat that Congress won in 2019.
And perhaps the big winner, H.D. Kumaraswamy, who may be a cabinet minister at the end of the day. That's all we have time for.
Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.